You can see the roofs of the cars as they go down the back straight, but it's hard. It's almost impossible to identify which car. So it's like a malarkey. Third, Team Toy Shed fourth, Team Minions fifth, and the Still Peterborough 2CV Team Lion in sixth. But the Tete Rouge car is still second in place in the 2CVs, in 10th place, and Team ECAS just right behind them, with Liam Davis driving that car. So whether the hybrid is really pushing it at the moment, or in the conditions, maybe that becomes an equaliser with the Mini. Minis have always been strong supporters of this race, and well, I believe we go to the BARC being lost because of strong changes in the fixtures, circumstances that are all well known about. First two started straight away, down to the and it's still the Neil Slark from the Toy Shed Mini. Looking where Sparrow still in that section of the race. Now we've got Brian Heary being followed by Liam Davis, and then James Northfield. They're all starting to close up. They're in 10th, 11th and 12th places, and the Rosie Racing car of Mick Story isn't far behind either. So the 2CVs the 2CV classes we know are getting gradually closer together. As anyone who's seen their sprint races will know that usually the whole race is spent in a long train of cars. People always say that when you have little power, you learn to look after it. Of course, this being a 24-hour race, there's certainly Osborne and Dalkin are really having fun. They're swapping and changing repeatedly. So Osborne seems to favour the run through forum. But Not sure exactly how long each of the stints will be. That might vary, but first one, order. So it can be interesting to see if there's we've got a yellow flag. Now, can't actually see. The yellow flag is directly opposite the pits. Can't actually see what that is for. Certainly not a safety car, so it's obviously an isolated incident, but whether it's someone who's just spun or stopped or something, but in this light it's very difficult to tell. And yeah, there's a flag just going into Riches as well. But looking down at the order again, the two CVT line car has got 3 minis between itself and the twin snails. Again, there's a bit of a gap now between that and mixed storage Rosie Racing, but then there's another train of cars in 14th place with the Laser 4 cars, the Run Race. Hopefully something that will actually stay and feel some of the atmosphere overnight, even in this inclement weather. But do go away by tomorrow and see the conclusion. So we're hoping that certainly no improvement in the weather conditions. And there's one of the minis, the 111, which took sleep till Sunday, but there's only got one headlight. Here we go, the 4 in a row. Oh, the E-Class car, Liam Davis, has now been passed by Twin Snails and Rosie Racing, 41 and 7. That's the Chris Toby car, he's got Chris Yates tailing him. Now they're down in 14th and 15th place. If anything, sure people were sure, and by the way, the marshals are trying to shelter where possible. This was actually forecast, certainly for the early part of the evening. So I don't know whether anybody listening actually saw some of the pictures from the film from a few weeks ago. We've got a car in the pit. Let's see if we can identify who that was. I hope that's not a problem this early on. joining anyway, so maybe just some concern that she had, but not in the pits very long, and didn't appear to be any particular urgency about it. Now, Brian Heary going across the line, and James Northfield actually challenging there for, now that's 10th and 11th, so he's going to stay. The battle between the DD sport car and the Blueberry Muffins one's now been joined by the Hollis Motorsport car with Glenn Burtonshaw on board. So that's Chris Tovey in the DD, Blueberry Muffins being Appreciates, and the Hollis one, as I said, going to a race of Glenn Burtonshaw. So it was ideal for this race. Well, so where as long as you do things, you have someone to race with. So it's interesting looking at the elapsed time for this event. So reading out now 23 hours and 45 minutes. So 45 minutes gone. Possible. Playing front. The Slarky Malarkey Team Toy Shed are slightly closer. The lead ones are all on virtually all on 205s. Well, Snetterton's one of the few circuits to actually be licensed for a 24-hour race, because obviously planning restrictions, noise, etc. all play a part. I think I've ever run a 24-hour race close to the houses on the surrounding area. As I said earlier, this is the first year running this race, and we've got as I said earlier, Pete Sparrow has won this event 9 times, and David O'Keefe and Alec Graham each won it 6 times, and Roy Eastwood, who's sharing the 33 E-Class car, he's won it 4 times, but more importantly, in 1990 he was part of the winning team with Team E-Class. And that was one of the races at Mondello Park where a lot of these drivers have been doing this for a number of years. I'm not sure how many in the last 30 years, I'm not sure how many of those the races in between them was actually done. But obviously it's besides that, it's just quite a few. But just on top of that, they used to ride single wing, Paul Rowland, Chris Yates, Nick Story, Liam Davis, Chris Tovey, they've all had a win in this event, so a really varied number, and many of them come back year after year, because it's almost like a tradition. Even some of the extra drivers that come in, they may not race at TCB on here, but they turn out here, or sometimes they go to Spa. I mean, the GR Sport car, that's got Marcus Burnett, Simon Glenn, Jody Hulse, They all do endurance racing normally. I think they're more associated with BMWs. And they've got one new boy with them this year, Edward Christie. He's normally out in the 750 Motor Club Road Sports in a BMW. But just looking back, now we've done 8 laps now. The gap between the starting was on 0.627 seconds, but still nothing between the Slarky Malarkey and Team Toy Shed cars. 2 minis, 0.226 in a second. Just as I said that, the Osborne goes into the Dolphin again. The top 4 do seem to have broken away at the moment, but we all know that endurance racing is not all done in the first half hour, 12 hours. Dramatic finales have been a regular thing, so what's going on clear that lap from Sparrow. Race. Nice. Pretty solitary at the moment. Second place battle. So there's James Northfield, Brian Heary and Mick Story. So they're in 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the 2CV class at the moment. Looks like the side panel from the sort of engine bay is hanging loose on the right hand side, so whether that will need attention or whether it will come away, we'll see over the next few laps. I'm just going into Ritchie's now. We have the 2 leaders streaking past on the 2CV, and the 3rd and 4th race back following them through at Ritchie. So this race, it's not just what happens on the track. Anyone, obviously this weekend, what the amount of logistics and strategy that is going on in the weekend, the whiteboards with all the marking on what needs doing when, what needs checking when, driver orders, whereas some might get their head down for a few hours, others will be